Hi everyone, this is Mommyclucker. Today we're going to talk about complications with mother-in-law. So there are altogether like 3 types of mother-in-law relationship that we have. The first one is the very supportive kind. There is no complication in this one. They are very supportive, and whatever you want to do, they are also not intrusive between your relationship with you and your husband. Not much of criticism, and maybe they will even give you money to support you in the thing that you want to do. So that is the first type of relationship. The second type of relationship is also the one that doesn't have any complication. You are like not close to your mother-in-law at all. You only go up and visit your mother-in-law when your husband asks you to go out and have meals with her. And most of the time, your mother-in-law will always ask you repeated questions like whether 你吃了吗, 你吃了吗, or you have also asked your mother-in-law the same repeated question or whether 你吃了吗, 你吃了吗. So this kind of relationship is very distant, and you are actually not so close to your mother-in-law. As such, because of the lack of proximity, there is also no complication. So the third kind of relationship that you may have with your mother-in-law is the complicated kind. It's like the Facebook status is complicated. So this kind of complication will stem from maybe you always need to regularly have meals with your mother-in-law, or you are actually living in the same space, because in Singapore we really do need like our in-laws or maybe our parents to help us take care of our children, because we need to take care of our family, we need to stay together, live together. So this is where all the complication will happen, because you have to communicate, you have to see each other day and night, but you actually don't agree with a lot of things. And you find it very difficult to actually tell your mother-in-law about some of the things that you actually don't really agree on. Like maybe you don't really agree with how your mother-in-law caregive to your children. You know, their children don't want to finish their food and then they want to eat tidbits, and then your mother-in-law will say, it's okay lah, never mind. And then in your heart you are like very buisong, you know, that kind of thing. Because you feel that it is very difficult for you to voice out your unhappiness or what you actually essentially disagree with. You will also put your husband in a very difficult position. If I were to be placed in such a situation, I will try to talk to my mother-in-law about it in front of my husband. But before that, have a think. If your mother-in-law is very adamant, you know that your mother-in-law cannot bend, and you know that you cannot change the mindset, then maybe retreating is always a better way to solve problems. You should consider getting a professional nanny. It is easier for you to tell somebody like a stranger, a teacher, that, you know, I think you suck. It's easier than you tell your mother-in-law, you suck, not so nice. If you feel that it will only make things more complicated and sandwich your husband even more, then I would suggest sending them to schools actually will help solve the problem, or even deciding if you all should be living together. So what I would think that if there is really like a necessity to really watch over like my husband's parents or maybe my parents, I would prefer that we stay near, like really near, but we actually still live in a separate space. So the lesser complication there will be in the family, the happier the husbands will be. So this is what I have for you today for this episode. Tell me about your relationship with your mother-in-law. Maybe you have a fantastic relationship with your mother-in-law. Tell me how and tell me why. This is Mommyclucker. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel at the moment, and I will see you next week.